is an activity to make your own little paper teepee, but we wanted to show you in a real teepee actually how it's set up, all the different things about it, because not all tribes do it the same way. And so I'm going to kind of introduce everybody that's here today that you're going to be seeing in the video. So behind the camera, we have Miss Jay Hester. She's going to be filming. She's one of our resource advisors. We also have Otto Hamilton. He's one of our new resource advisors. He's here. He's going to be explaining today. In the back, you'll see Gable Ruby-Doo Davis. He's going to be helping set up. Over here, we have Brett Kuhn. He's also going to be helping. He's one of the resource advisors as well. And sorry, I didn't say that Gable is our Native American Studies teacher. So, in some tribes, women are the ones that set it up. We're just going to kind of go through. Otto's going to explain a lot of things. We're going to be setting up, and then Jay might also come in and kind of tell some facts and talk too. So that's my introduction. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you'll find this really interesting. I'm going to turn it over to Otto.
Again, thanks for turning into Facebook Live. TPS Indian Education. We're here at Zaro Elementary School putting up a TB in recognition of Native American Heritage Month. The TB is a dwelling that belongs to the Plains tribes of North America. When referencing Native American tribes, we're often categorized geographically. To the east, we have the southeast and northeast tribes, and to the west, we have the southwest, Pacific Northwest, Plateau and Basin tribes. In central North America is considered the Great Plains. The teepee is a dwelling that can be set up, taken down, and allow a whole village relocate. If a Plains tribe relied on hunting, they would relocate primarily to follow the herd, specifically the buffalo. Now, if a Plains tribe relied on farming and agriculture, then a more permanent structure was used, such as an earth lodge. There are also some instances when Plains tribes would use both an earth lodge and a teepee, depending on the season. Today, we as American Indians, we do not live in teepees anymore. But we still hold them in high regard. So when you see a teepee put up, it's usually put up for a special reason. So just keep in mind that that teepee might belong to an individual or a family, and it's there for a reason. There are certain ways we put up a teepee, a protocol we follow that we're putting it up, and a protocol we follow when we're around a teepee and inside a teepee. These are things that just keep in mind as we're putting it up. As all teepees, we start out with a tripod of poles, then we start adding the poles, and pretty soon we'll see the canvas being added.
The poles are set. Usually lodgepole pine, that's a type of pine tree. Lodgepole pine is the wood that's used. Once you have a sturdy base, you start adding the canvas. 300 years ago, this would have been buffalo hide. It would have been carried with them. Buffalo hide is sturdy, strong, waterproof. And Otto, I am correct in saying this would have been probably buffalo hide.
Yes, they're originally buffalo hide. Today we use canvas.
What about the markings on the teepee? Would that be an individual family, or would that be indicative of your tribe or of your clan?
It'd be up to the tribe and the individual how you decorated teepee and identified it. Like was mentioned earlier, everyone puts a teepee up differently. They're different ways, and so each tribe has their own ways of doing it. Each family has their own way of doing it.
And this teepee, I'm going to guess, is those tallest poles are 30 foot. Brett Coon is probably 6'2". It's not an easy task to put this up. As they're stretching the canvas, Gable is holding the rope and weaving the rope in and out. Can you tell us what that does, Gable?
Just securing the loose sticks up there that haven't been tied in yet.
So this rope that he's holding goes up. You can see rope. The rope will be weaved in and out to hold the poles together. It's quite windy today. You can probably hear it on the Facebook. So this will hold it together so it doesn't blow or fall down. Now, they are fastening the teepee together in the front. We're using wooden stakes. 200, 300 years ago, and before that, thousands of years ago, this would have been bone. This would have been a bone, the leg bone from a deer or a buffalo. But this is held together. You can see all the poles on the inside. As you put it together, you would also come all the way down and you would stake it into the ground so it would not blow, so air would not get under it. Your floor would probably be lined with furs and pelts to keep you off the cold ground. You would have a fire in the center, and the smoke would go right up the top. There will be an opening in the top of the teepee to allow the smoke to exit. Breathing smoke decreases your lung capacity. You had to be strong, you had to be fast, you had to be tough. So they Okay. Brett Kuhn just pointed out a good point that in the summer they would have a space at the bottom to allow for airflow to get through there. TPs did not have windows. Of course there wasn't air conditioning because there was no electricity, but they would set it off the ground so there'd be airflow. The cold months, they would stake it to the ground. The warm months, they would allow a gap at the bottom. And Gable is wrapping the rope around the top to make sure that it holds together. Otto is, I'm just saying your name. He is climbing the ladder. You can see how high up this goes. He is fastening the front of it. Once again, it would have been blown. And while Otto is out here, there are people inside. There it is. Otto was just explaining how 300 years ago there wouldn't have been a ladder.
Yeah,
How would you have gotten up there?
They would have climbed the poles on the inside and set it up.
So to get that all the way up, they would have had to climb the poles on the inside. All right. Aaron is staking it down. Once again, the stakes would have been bone. We'll now go inside. There would be a covering right here, only in the cold months, a deer hide, buffalo hide to keep the weather out. In the summer months, it had been open and you would have had a good airflow system from the under the teepee, through the door, and through the top. All right, let's go in. This is very big. You could fit a good sized couch, recliner, TV in here if you wanted. I don't hear any wind. I don't feel any wind in here. Everything's blocked out. You would have a fire right here in the center. So the smoke would go up and out. And you can see they are using a pole, I'll go outside, to close the flap on top.
Yeah, they put it together from the beginning. Sorry,
It's hard to put a teepee up in the wind. It's probably 20-mile-an-hour wind right now. But he's using the pole to try and bring the canvas to close it tighter. If there was any moisture, rain or sleet, they would close the canvas up as tight as they could around the top. There would always be a hole to let smoke out. We see Gable also using the pole, trying to very carefully thread it. If this were summer, we would leave that open just for more ventilation. Rain coming or cold weather, they'd close it up. All right, Gable has found his hook.
That's why I wanted everybody to see and don't miss it. So, all the classes that are on there. So let me get out again. I'm not watching from the outside. I'm going out again. So was it completely enclosed?
All right, you can see the smoke flap has the hole in it, and it is down here in the back, so it'll stay open. They will cross them to make it stronger. All right, I will walk around and give one final look at the teepee setup. It would have been decorated as individual as what you decorate your room now. You would have had what is important to you or special to your family, special to your clan, special to your tribe. You would know whose tent or whose teepee you were visiting by the decorations on it. They all would live close together. So, here's the inside. The smoke flap is open.
Here we have an extra flap here, something for the door. And as you see, it's off the ground. They would do a lining inside during the colder months. Lining inside, the fire would be in the middle. And like I said before, we conduct ourselves. We walk in, we go to the right, counterclockwise when we go in. When we enter one. If you see the door up, you don't just enter a teepee. You go and make yourself known. Knock on it. You scratch the hide. Stand outside until you're invited in. And then when you would come in, you would take one step to the right. If you were a man, if you were a woman, you took one step to the left. And you waited there until the owner of the teepee would seat you. Again, a lot of tribes have different ways. So, to know more about which tribal specific, you'd have to do more research. This is just a teepee that we put up in recognition of American Heritage Month. And we have other resources available at Tulsa Indian Ed. If you need to inquire further or have more questions, please reach out to us.
Thank you, Otto. All right, we'll go in. You would scratch or knock, let them know. One step in. Since I am a female, I would be to the left. And then the owner would seat me. There's plenty of seating. The fire would be in the middle. And then the beautiful blue sky would be above you. At night, wouldn't this be beautiful to lay here warm on your fur and look at the stars? All right. This is the Indian Ed crew. We're done. Thank you for watching.